How you doing, folks? Bob and Joe here. I had an interesting conversation, and it come to me rolling down the road that could make a good learning point for some drivers. Last night I received a call from a friend of mine, and he drives for a little company like I do, and he had blew a trailer tire. So he called the company, he pulled over and checked it out, seen what damage he had, blah, blah, blah. Made sure it's just the one, because believe it or not, sometimes they take another one with them. And he wasn't much over an hour from the yard, and they said, would you try to limp it in? So he did. So he called me, and we was shooting the bull about it. Now, first thing that came up was that over an hour driving, he only had like 3 trucks try to tell him he had a blowout. And he had a couple of cars. Numerous trucks passed him and never said a word. Grant you, it's his job to know these things. However, common courtesy out here has always been that we tried to let drivers know when something's wrong. I was told one today when I pulled up beside the middle light and put down passenger window and told him, dude, you got a strap loose as all get out back there, and the one holding that generator on there is tore real bad. Now we're 2 or 3 blocks from a pilot. And he's like, cool, thank you, I'll hit the pilot. That's common courtesy. It don't make me a hero, and it don't make him where he's not doing his job. It's just common courtesy. When you're in trucking, stuff happens. And if you can let somebody know before something worse happens, it's just being part of the group, you know, camaraderie. I don't care what you want to call it. But now after all of that, we was talking, and he said he had told their maintenance supervisor, he said, this has to deliver at 6 o'clock in the morning. So somebody's going to be coming to get it in the middle of the night. And he said, well, I'll let the powers to be know. So he did. And he had also asked him to park it in a certain place that is not where they normally park loaded trailers. And I was telling him, I said, well, park it where that tire, that blown tire is exposed. You know, he said, well, it's on the driver's side. I said, then try to park that trailer where when they go pulling up to it, they'll see it. I said, because I guarantee you, somebody going to come in there in the wee hours of the morning, just snatch it up and go. But where they was delivering is only like 20 miles from his yard. And he's like, no, they won't do that. And I said, yeah, they will. They said, no, man, they'll at least turn on the lights, thump a tire. They can't miss that blowout. It's on the outside rear driver's side. And I said, okay. So he goes calling me this morning, and he's like, somebody's in trouble. I said, they just snatched that trailer up and ran with it, didn't they? He said, yeah, they did. He said, and then when he said, they woke me up, the shop people, because he spent the night at the yard after he got the load there. He said, they woke me up, wanting to know where's the trailer. He's like, dude, it's over there where you told me to leave it. No, it's gone. Well, don't know what to tell you. So they start doing their homework, and yeah, the driver took it and left. So they caught him. Yo, dude, you got a flat tire. Yeah, no, I blew it a while ago. It's all good. Somebody call in on it? No, it came in with the flat tire. So they caught him lying. Now the fella might lose his job, as my buddy found out through the grapevine, and then some of these little companies people talk. found out from a good source that this is not the first issue they've had with this driver. And he has an attitude. And they thought he was lying to them before, but they couldn't just put a nail in it, so they gave him the benefit of the doubt. This time, it's documented. My buddy had the flat last night. He went through the proper protocol and let people know, did exactly what they said, drop it where they said, and the whole bit. And then this guy, no, I blew it a while ago. I blew it on my trip out. And I told him last night that that's exactly what would happen. I said, they'll grab it and run. When they get caught on it, they're going to say, no, I blew it a while ago. That's exactly what he did. So now, it's a matter of, which it might already happened, I don't know. But what I was telling my buddy was that, I said, now it's a matter of how he presents himself when he has to talk to the powers to be about his lying. And my understanding is that he's one of these that, well, the load's supposed to be there at 6 o'clock. Well, if they want it at 6 o'clock, they'll damn sure want it when I get there. Well, if you're talking about Walmart or something of them, not necessarily. They'll tell you bring shit back tomorrow. So now you've done wasted time and fuel going there to get turned around. So that's not the best idea to have. So I told him, because he's fairly new in trucking, I told him, I said, well, I said, some people have not learned the golden rule of trucking. He says, what's that? I said, truck companies can lie to you, but you can't lie to them. And it's a joke, but still there's a lot of truth to it. We both happen to work for companies that we ain't caught them in lies yet, and that's a big thing with me lying. You know, if I can't trust my dispatcher or my company to do what they say, I ain't got no use for you. And guess what? I also think it should be the other way. If they can't trust me for what I say I'm going to do and whatnot, if I call them up and tell them, hey, this is what happened, they don't know whether they can believe me or not. They don't need to keep me either. They don't need me, you know? And yes, I have this conversation with dispatchers and new companies all the time. I tell them, I said, I don't screw up enough to lie about it. I said, so when I screw up, I'll call you and tell you that I screwed up. I said, that way, when someone calls in and it's not true, you have a reason to believe me that I'm being honest. I said, besides that, if I don't own up to what I screwed up, then when you find out, it makes it tenfold. It's a hell of a lot worse on me. So I just soon tell you, yo, dude, I hit a damn metal pole and knocked the light out, or whatever the case is. You know, and most companies have found that to be true, just like this one has. I have had a couple little oops, and nothing major, but when I did it, I was taking pictures and making phone calls. Hey, I screwed up, here's what I did. And nothing has came of it. It's not like I'm being punished or nothing else. Now I'll get the dirty eye and the hairy eyeball, and I'll get teased and harassed and stuff like that. But it ain't like I've been having my hand beat on or nothing else. More of the story is, folks, is you need to be an honest person. You need to be a truthful person. You need to have a rapport with your company that if you say, nope, I didn't do it, then they have a reason to believe you. If you're one of these that they catch you lying to them and they can't trust your word, guess what? It's not weighing good for you when you are in the right and you're trying to tell them, no, man, I really didn't do that. And they're going, why should we believe you? You're a liar. I have raised my kids that the worst two things you can be in this world is a liar and a thief. You can't trust neither one of them, don't want neither one around me. And most people honestly feel like that. They might not realize it, but most people feel like that. So there you go. That's your lesson for today. I know. falling on deaf ears on the ones that need it, and the ones that don't need it, they're like, yeah, okay, why don't you tell me this? God loves you, so do I. Be an honest person. That's your best scenario. Y'all have a blessed evening. Good night.